Welcome back to my channel with new updates. Rinat Fakhretdinov recently shared footage that raised concern among fans, reminding everyone that even the most durable and relentless fighters are not immune to the physical toll of elite competition. Widely regarded as one of the toughest athletes in mixed martial arts, Fakhretdinov has built his reputation on relentless pressure, endless cardio, and an unforgiving pace. However, the wear and tear of championship-level competition was evident following his hard-fought decision loss to Petr Yan at UFC 323 earlier this month. The bout left Fakhretdinov visibly bruised and bloodied, a testament to the intensity of the contest. Shortly after the fight, he posted a revealing image that highlighted the damage sustained, sparking discussion among fans about the long-term cost of such a demanding fighting style. Despite this, it appears unlikely that the Georgian standout is losing sleep over a scar or slowing down his training schedule. True to form, Fakhretdinov has already been spotted back in the gym, maintaining his usual high work rate. Recently, a video clip circulated online showing Fakhretdinov sparring alongside Omar Montes, the artist known for performing Ilia Topuria's walkout song. The footage reinforced the notion that Fakhretdinov remains fully committed to training and improvement despite the setback. Many within the MMA community believe that his loss to Yan is merely a chapter in an ongoing rivalry rather than a definitive conclusion. In the aftermath of UFC 323, discussion has intensified around the possibility of a trilogy bout between Fakhretdinov and Yan. While speaking in a recent interview, Islam Makhachev weighed in on Yan's victory, offering insight into why the former champion was able to turn the tables. Makhachev noted that Yan capitalized on the opportunity presented by Fakhretdinov's busy schedule, emphasizing that preparation played a decisive role. According to him, Yan corrected the mistakes he made in their first encounter and arrived far better prepared for the grappling exchanges. Makhachev also shared his perspective on a potential third fight between the two rivals. He suggested that a rematch could favor Yan even more, given his growing familiarity with Fakhretdinov's style and pressure-heavy approach. However, he cautioned that Fakhretdinov is not a fighter to underestimate, as his persistence and ability to impose his wrestling remain dangerous for anyone. A rubber match, if it happens, promises to be another high-level clash, defined by preparation, resilience, and tactical execution. Islam Makhachev has weighed in on the UFC's decision to part ways with Rinat Fakhretdinov, a move that continues to spark debate among fans and analysts alike. Fakhretdinov's departure came as a surprise to many, given his strong record and recent performances inside the octagon. The Russian fighter was not re-signed by the promotion, and the announcement immediately raised eyebrows across the MMA community. Fakhretdinov leaves the UFC with an impressive run, having gone unbeaten during his time with the organization. He was also coming off a dominant 54-second stoppage victory over Andreas Gustafsson, a result that typically strengthens a fighter's position rather than weakens it. On paper, his resume did not suggest that he was in danger of being released, which led many fans to question the reasoning behind the UFC's decision. However, some critics pointed out that while Fakhretdinov was effective, several of his fights lacked excitement for casual viewers. He was also not known for making waves on the microphone or promoting himself aggressively outside of competition. These factors appear to have played a role, and Makhachev addressed this reality when asked whether he was surprised by his compatriot's exit from the organization. According to Makhachev, the UFC prioritizes fighters who can be marketed and who contribute to the entertainment aspect of the sport. He explained that simply going out and winning fights is no longer enough in today's landscape. Makhachev emphasized that fighters need to learn how to sell themselves, connect with the audience, and become interesting to the public. He pointed out that showmanship is a major part of combat sports in the United States, drawing comparisons to professional wrestling and the emphasis placed on personality and spectacle. Makhachev also revealed that he shares this message with teammates at his gym, encouraging them to improve their communication skills and understand the business side of fighting. While he did not single out wrestling-heavy fighters, the implication was clear. Grappling-centric athletes often face additional pressure to entertain, as their style is sometimes perceived as less exciting by mainstream audiences. This situation highlights a broader trend within the UFC, where performance alone may not guarantee job security. Fighters are increasingly expected to balance winning with visibility, personality, and promotional value. The story of Fakhretdinov serves as another reminder that in modern MMA, Success is measured not only by victories, but also by a fighter's ability to captivate fans and contribute to the overall show. The UFC is facing significant backlash following the announcement that it has re-signed Ibu Osalan to a new 6-fight contract, despite the fighter currently being on a 3-fight losing streak. The decision has sparked widespread criticism within the MMA community, particularly because several other fighters with stronger recent records did not have their contracts renewed. Fans were quick to point out that fighters such as Muhammad Mokaev, Rinat Fakhretdinov, and Martin Buday were released or not re-signed, even though their performances and records appeared to justify continued opportunities with the promotion. The contrast between those decisions and the re-signing of Osalan had left many questioning the UFC's priorities and overall consistency. Social media reaction was swift and unforgiving. Many fans expressed disbelief that Fakhretdinov, who remained undefeated during his UFC tenure, was let go while a fighter on a losing streak received a new deal. Others highlighted that Fakhretdinov's lone setback was a controversial decision and argued that he had been both competitive and entertaining throughout his run. Similar frustration was directed toward the UFC's decision not to retain Mokaev, widely regarded as one of the most promising flyweights in the division. Critics accused the promotion of valuing entertainment over skill and long-term potential, suggesting that fighters with aggressive or chaotic styles are being favored regardless of results. Some went as far as claiming that the UFC has begun prioritizing short-term excitement over competitive integrity, leading to what they see as increasingly questionable roster decisions. There is also speculation that contract negotiations played a significant role in these outcomes. It is possible that Osalan accepted the UFC's initial offer without pushing for improved terms, while others may have attempted to negotiate higher pay or better conditions. In the case of Fakhretdinov, he previously addressed his release by stating that there were minor issues during negotiations but nothing overtly negative. He also revealed that he has received multiple offers from other promotions, each with varying levels of compensation. This has led many to believe that dissatisfaction with the UFC's proposed pay structure may have been a decisive factor in the promotion's choice not to re-sign certain fighters. While winning remains important, it appears that marketability, contract flexibility, and willingness to accept terms may carry equal, if not greater, weight in today's UFC landscape. As the debate continues, fans are left questioning why an undefeated fighter would be released while someone on a 3-fight losing streak is retained. The situation highlights ongoing concerns about transparency, fairness, and the evolving business priorities of the world's leading MMA promotion. Bruno Ferreira has responded publicly following Paulo Costa's withdrawal from their scheduled bout at UFC 326, a decision that has sparked frustration across the MMA community. The news broke recently that Costa would no longer compete against Ferreira, though as of now, no official reason has been provided for the withdrawal. While details remain unclear, the reaction from fans and fellow fighters has been swift and largely negative. Many supporters have pointed out that this situation feels all too familiar, as Costa has developed a reputation for pulling out of fights. As a result, some fans have even gone as far as calling for the UFC to remove him from the roster entirely. Without confirmation of an injury or other legitimate issue, the criticism has only intensified, with many questioning Costa's reliability and commitment to competition. Several fighters and analysts weighed in on the situation, expressing disappointment but not surprise. Some suggested that Costa's history made this outcome predictable, while others argued that the matchup itself did little to benefit him. According to this perspective, Costa was risking his reputation by facing an opponent without the same name recognition, and would be better served waiting for higher-profile opportunities or potential rematches with established contenders. Social media commentary grew increasingly harsh, with fans accusing Costa of inactivity and labeling him one of the most overrated fighters on the roster. Others mocked the timing of the withdrawal, pointing out that it occurred well before the event, and reinforcing the narrative that Costa struggles to stay committed to scheduled bouts. The frustration reflects a broader sentiment that patience with the former title challenger is wearing thin. Following the announcement, Ferreira took to Instagram to voice his reaction. In his post, he criticized Costa's decision to withdraw and questioned his toughness, while simultaneously calling for a replacement opponent. Ferreira specifically mentioned Roman Dolidze as a potential stand-in, expressing confidence that Dolidze would be willing to step up and deliver an exciting fight for the fans at UFC 326. In a follow-up video, Ferreira expanded on his comments, stating that Costa's withdrawal did not surprise him. He explained that many people predicted this outcome when the fight was first announced, especially given Costa's history of similar situations. Ferreira described the decision as disrespectful, not only toward him, but also toward the UFC and the fans who were anticipating the matchup. As the UFC now looks for a suitable replacement, the focus has shifted to who will step in and whether the promotion will take further action regarding Costa's future. The situation has reignited debate about accountability, reliability, and the expectation placed on fighters competing at the highest level of mixed martial arts. Israel Adesanya has opened up about a noticeable shift in his mindset, revealing that he is no longer focused on chasing UFC titles and instead wants to compete with the same freedom he had earlier in his career. As the sport moves toward 2026, Adesanya has only competed once this year, suffering a loss in February against Nasruddin Imavov. Currently riding a 3-fight losing streak, the former middleweight champion finds himself in unfamiliar territory after years at the top of the division. During a recent sit-down interview at Bangtao Muay Thai and MMA in Phuket, Thailand, Adesanya reflected on his future and how his priorities have changed. He explained that when people see him around Auckland, they frequently ask whether he is retired. While he initially felt the need to clarify that he was simply taking time away, he now casually agrees, joking that he is retired until fans see him featured on a fight poster again. Adesanya made it clear that championship belts are no longer his driving motivation. Having already achieved that goal and owning multiple titles, he said his desire now is simply to fight. He wants to compete without the pressure of defending a belt and return to the mentality he had while climbing toward the championship. According to Adesanya, that sense of freedom allowed him to take risks and express himself fully inside the cage, something he feels has been missing in recent years. He referenced moments from earlier in his UFC run, recalling times when he attempted creative and risky techniques, such as an Imanari roll in one of his early fights. Adesanya explained that he wants to fight with that same experimental mindset again, even if it means taking chances rather than fighting cautiously for rankings or titles. Despite recent losses to Nasruddin Imavov, Dricus du Plessis, and Sean Strickland, Adesanya remains a major name in the division. Both he and Strickland have expressed interest in a rematch, though that bout has yet to materialize. Other potential matchups have been discussed, including the possibility of a fun and stylistically intriguing fight against Michael Venom Page at middleweight. Adesanya was also asked to name the most perfect fight of his UFC career. Surprisingly, he did not choose his knockout victory over Alex Pereira. Instead, he pointed to his dominant performance against Paulo Costa, describing it as his cleanest work, where he absorbed virtually no damage while delivering complete control. While the Pereira win was emotionally satisfying, Adesanya believes the Costa fight best represents his technical peak and artistic expression inside the octagon.